I genuinely wish I did not have these many stories to tell, but here's another one. I go on a date with this guy who's like 19 years older than me. But he like really pursued me and he was really nice and really sweet. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just give it a shot. So we go out to dinner and he tells me about his divorce. He has 2 kids, so this was not a surprise. And tells me that his ex-wife had cheated on him with, drumroll please, her cousin. And then after they got divorced, married the cousin, who I guess was like a cousin through marriage and not blood related, but they had grown up together. And she had gotten away with the cheating for so long because she'd be like, I'm just hanging out with my cousin. What are you so worried about? Anyway, we're talking about it and he's like, yeah, I kind of have some trust issues that I'm working through from that, obviously. But like, I've done a lot of work. I was like, okay, that's wild. Hope you can get past that. I don't really know what to say about that. We order food. He starts ordering us wine and the date's actually going really well. But he like keeps ordering wine and cocktails and like he's drinking pretty heavy on the date. And it's important to note that at this restaurant, the servers didn't wear like a uniform. It was kind of one of those hip restaurants where they just had to wear like a black t-shirt and that was it. Like there was no distinguishing thing between the servers and the patrons other than black t-shirt, and they all kind of looked a little hipster. We're at the restaurant for so long that our server clocks out and another server clocks in. And this server comes up and introduces himself while my date is in the bathroom. He's just like, hey, your server went home. I'm taking over for her. Like, my name is Matt or whatever. If you need anything, flag me down. So I'm like, great, cool. My date comes back to the table and he's like, hey, I have some friends that are in the restaurant. Do you mind if they come over to the table and like have a drink with us? And I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. So his friends come over, we're in this little booth and Matt, the server, sees there are new people and comes up to the table. But when he comes up to the table, the 3 of them are kind of engaged in a discussion. So he comes right up to me. He's just like, hey, I don't want to interrupt, but like, do you guys need anything? Do you want to get another bottle of wine? Does anyone need a cocktail? Do you want to see a dessert menu? Literally, this man is just doing his job. My date clocks this from across the table and then all of a sudden won't speak to me. Like I literally said his name and he just looked at me and then put his arm around the girl sitting next to him. And she looks at him and goes, what are you doing? And he goes, I thought I was on a date with this whore. But if she's gonna be talking to random dudes right in front of me, there's no chance I'm fucking her. And for a minute, I was just in shock. And I was like, that's our server. Mind you, this man is hammered. And he goes, oh, so you're a liar too. Our server's a woman. And then after about 30 seconds, I went, actually, that's my cousin, and got up and left. Anyway, if this encourages at least one woman to leave after the first red flag and not just stay because it's polite, I will be happy. Know your worth and be safe out there.